All right, so we are live from Vilnius, Lithuania. We are at Deeper headquarters. It's quite a rainy day outside, but we are quite warm to see the Deeper community here tuning in for the live question and answer session. With me right now, I have Vytautas, the mastermind product manager, who together with the amazing Deeper team oversaw the creation of Deeper Quest.
And of course, Andrej, the main guy on our support team. With his team, he basically helping you guys to overcome all kind of challenges. Either it's an easy one to solve or it's a harder one. So this is the guy who is responsible for a connection with you.
And my whole team.
Yeah.
And why are we here today? So we have a major app update that we are now releasing as we speak to all Deeper Quests worldwide for free. And there are a couple of features in this update.
Yeah, we're really excited, on this time, because it's first time we're presenting it live here back in our headquarters. And we today will be presenting you 5 main features with this newest update. So the one and the first is the most important one. It's 3D personal mapping, Andrej. This is a really exciting one. The second one is Sonar marks. We made it easier finally. Home point edit, which actually gives more convenience and more flexibility for carp anglers. Then you can hide this small white line which bothers you when you scan a lot.
Bolt path, yeah.
Yeah, and the last one, we improved speed while autopiloting.
All right, and we actually have a very nice video prepared to all of you to showcase those features. So yeah, let's go ahead and watch.
Let's come on.
In this video, we will explore new free software updates for all Quest bait boats. Here at Deeper, we're working hard to continually develop our products for a top-tier fishing experience, based on real feedback from you, our customers. One of the most sought-after updates for the Quest has been the real-time 3D mapping feature. Once you're at your chosen venue, set the Quest to scan your preferred area, follow the path you've chosen, or navigate the boat manually. While the boat is in the water and scanning with its built-in chirp sonar, you can switch between 2D and 3D view at any time via an icon in the top left corner. The more you scan, the more structure you'll see, and the better you'll know where to send out the bait. Keep in mind that lakes with more underwater features and depth variation will result in more detailed 3D maps. Moreover, the more you scan over the same areas, the more detailed the map will become. As your Quest is scanning the lake bed, you'll start detecting possible fishing spots in your sonar readings, like drop-offs, bottom hardness changes, or arches indicating fish. With the new update, press and hold on the relevant part of the sonar reading to create a place mark on the map. Your phone will vibrate briefly. A place mark will appear on the 2D map at the exact location where the reading was made. You can also do the same during the rewind of the scanning session, while the boat is already out of the water, or when you are at home reviewing the scan and preparing for the next trip. Once you've placed the mark, name it and add any other relevant details to remember it for later. It will remain visible to you only. Now load your Quest with bait and the rig, and send it to the exact location marked via your sonar readings. Thanks to our precise GPS, you will hit the spot every time. To make things even more convenient, you can now turn off the white boat scan path on the 2D map. This can make it easier to clearly see your scanned areas and marked spots. When you place your Quest in the water, the home point is automatically set to that location. That's where your boat returns after scanning. The home point is also where the Quest returns if it has lost its connection or if the battery level is low. To make things more flexible, you can now edit the home point directly in the Fish Deeper app by clicking on the home point icon, so your boat can return to a more convenient spot, like where you're currently standing or an easier pickup location. Change the home point after the Quest has finished its mission or when you are navigating it manually. Ready to test out the new features? Leave a comment under this video or contact us at support@deeper.eu and tell us what you'd like the next updates to be.
All right, so there are some things to unpack here. Let's start with Vytautas.
Yeah, come on guys, I'm super excited for the whole team, what we did, and especially not all the development team we had, but also the marketing team. I believe they've done a really exceptional job with making this short, quite, clear video. Yeah.
And the most importantly, the community who submitted lots of feedback since we launched the Quest, and we went through that feedback, prioritized, developed, and now we have the result. So the first thing, 3D maps. Now you can create 3D maps with your Quest live. And actually you can switch between 2D view and 3D view at any point you want during live scanning, in scan history view, and it will give you a interesting perspective of the lake bottom. And another feature, personally I really like this one, because over some time we received quite some questions and support about how to place marks on the map. And we understood that the process is not very intuitive. It requires a few clicks. So now you can just hold your finger on the Sonar screen on the particular spot you're interested in, and it will just mark the same spot on the map, and you can send your request to that spot.
Yeah, also, the home point edit, it's quite, it seems like a simple feature, but it's very useful for carp anglers when they are on their swim. They can be more flexible where to put the bait boat, where it needs to arrive after the mission. So that's really important for us, and we hear a lot of feedback on this one. The fourth one, actually, for me, while testing in it and using the Quest while fishing, was, I spent some time, Andrej, I will be honest with you,
I trust.
So yeah, this small line, it's when you scan a lot in the same swim, it starts to distract you. So now in the map settings, we are able to switch it off, and you can clearly see your bathymetric map.
Yeah, just like that. And another one, autopilot speed. So some of you may have noticed, some of you may have not. When you do autopilot missions, Quest appears to move a bit slower compared to the movement when you use the manual control. And we actually fixed that issue. So, some nice features, but one important thing, when will we get these features? So the release of these features are happening right now as we speak, and it's a staged release, which means that the people will get the update over time. And it's important to know that if you're an Apple user, you can go to App Store and update your app right now. If you're an Android user, you can just wait, and over the next couple of days, you will get the update. Just make sure that auto update is enabled on your phone.
Okay, Andrej, high five. This is really nice.
Good. All right. So in support, we received lots of questions, and I gathered the most popular questions we received in support. And let's start with the first one. Why did we release these features and not the other ones? Vytautas, I think this question is for you.
Yeah, so the main idea is, that our products get some updates constantly. We improve them via software updates. So that's the reason actually why we are here, So this is one of the aspects. We're collecting the feedback from the community. We see the feedback on the Facebook groups. Yeah. Actually, we have huge Facebook groups, Andrej receives support, receives, information on support side. We collect everything and we prioritize it.
Based on multiple factors. The value the feature will bring to the angler, the amount of requests we receive for this feature, and the development resource we need to actually develop this feature. And we have lots of things on the wish list. Now, what we'll do, we will prioritize, we'll plan releases, so always stay tuned for news. When we are ready to communicate what we're going to release next, we will do so, and there will be lots of new things in the future.
Yeah, for example, fun fact, we just released a feature update, but we actually have a backlog of next features what we're gonna work on, so it's continuous process.
Exactly. And talk about features in development, accessories like bait spreaders, boat holders, etc. Vytautas.
Yeah, so actually the developing the bait boat was quite an experience for whole of our development team, for whole organization back here in Deeper, So we were focused on delivering the exceptional experience, this plug and play that you could just press the button and come to the swim and use the bait boat. Yeah. So this was the huge importance for us to have this usability aspect. Accessories was our second priority, but now after we're 1 year already in action with the Quest, so we're heavily working on our accessories, and soon you will get some more news about the full ecosystem on the accessory side.
Yes, so as always, stay tuned for news, but in relation to this, a question may arise. What do we think about third-party accessories, like those manufacturers who 3D print braid spreaders or some other stuff? Well, I'll answer this question. Personally, I think this is very good for the Quest community. We're happy to see the things people come up with. But there's one important thing I need to mention as a support guy. If you modify your Quest, do it externally. If it's an accessory that can attach to the Quest, it's all fine. If it's a sticker, if it's an insert, all good. As long as you don't interfere with electronics, as long as you don't drill any holes, you're good. It will not void your warranty.
And yeah, speaking about the accessories, we're speaking about third-party ones, the let's say the external ones, but we also need to take in mind that Deeper Quest from the beginning was designed in the way that it would be modular, Andrej,
Exactly.
So that we could not only from software side upgrade it, like, via software updates, but also we prepared it from the early beginning to be able to upgrade from a hardware side. For example, Sonar unit, which is a module, and actually which is a different module than our castable sonars we have. It's basically a collection of all our knowledge and put in a different form factor, designed in the way that it would work seamlessly in a boat infrastructure. So so this sonar module is one of the core modules we're working actually right now, Andrej, and soon you will know more about the upgrades you can do to your Quest, not only like accessories we were speaking, but from our side also,
Yeah, so the sonar inside the Quest, it's a chirp sonar that should not be compared to Chirp Plus 3, Chirp Plus 2. It's a fine-tuned, custom-made sonar specifically for the Quest, and it's a module. So in the future, once we release a module with more advanced sonar technology, you'll be able to buy it and just attach it and good to go.
What about warranty, Andrej? We have a lot of questions about the warranty.
I work with warranty every day. It's a very easy question, and it starts with one important thing. You don't need to deal with any third parties like shops, retailers, etc. Whenever you have any kind of question, any kind of issue with your Quest, you contact us directly at support@deeper.eu. We'll do our best to fix your issue remotely, and in a lot of cases we actually can do so. In case we actually need to arrange the repair, we'll arrange a UPS shipping label for you, absolutely for free. You'll ship your Quest from your door to us. Our team of very talented engineers will go through a list of diagnostics. They will use custom-made tools specifically for the Quest, and they will fix any issues you might be having. After we fix the Quest, I like this a lot, we clean it with high-grade cleaning solutions. We vacuum clean the backpack just to make sure the Quest comes back looking sexy. And the whole turnaround time of the whole service is around 3 weeks. And the same time applies if your Quest is already out of warranty. So 2 years past, your Quest no longer has a warranty. You have any kind of issue, you contact us. We offer paid repair services.
Yeah, and actually, it's quite exciting to see when I'm passing by, this our customer success department. You can see that like vacuum cleaner is running, several of them, or the guys are cleaning the boats we receive, so it's, simple things, but those simple parts are very important. How we think about this Quest-based boat,
Yeah, when during the development, one of the key aspects that we agreed to focus on is the value we provide to the customers and the level of customer service. And yeah, to all of you, whoever spoke with my team and received help, yeah, thank you for your patience. Issues happen. We are aiming to fix any of them. And if you ever need help, support@deeper.eu, or just drop us a chat message on our website.
Okay, very nice to hear, Andrej. So, but let's say I lose something, I need some spare parts, or
All right, yeah.
What to do then? What's the best option for me?
Yeah, well, first of all, you need to email us. We sell all the spare parts. Our team will talk with you and try to understand whether you actually need the spare part to repair your Quest. If we determine that spare part is actually needed, we'll sell it. We'll give you instructions how to attach it, fix it, and yeah, contact us. We'll help.
Yeah, really nice to hear that.
Really nice. And now what we're going to do, I guess it's time for reading some comments. And I think we received a hard-hitting comment, an interesting one.
Okay.
Are we working on quest number 2, Vytautas?
That's an interesting question, actually. But I just want to be very clear on that, as I already mentioned, the modularity and the approach we have with Quest, it's not like launching new bait boats like every year or every 2 years, because we don't want our customers to put in the position that, they just bought a Quest, and now the new boat releases. So definitely not. Our goal is to improve the Quest as much as possible, work constantly on it, but we're working on several things actually right now.
Yeah.
But sorry, I cannot disclose you that. It's quite a trade secret for us.
Yeah, and as you know, deeper we produce sonars, we produce maps, apps, Quest, and the amount of innovations products we're working on, it's big. And when it comes to Quest, I think it's one of the best bait boats in the market in terms of value and customer perception, and it will be so for a very long time thanks to app updates, new modules, new accessories, and if we have new news to share about new products, we'll do so in due time. All right, another question, and personally, you are the carp angler, I am the predator angler. I'll translate this question to the best of my ability.
Okay.
I think it's about bait boat hopper doors, and when you try to put a line that is stick into the main compartments, sometimes it's not easy to close the door.
Okay. Yeah, so actually it's a trade-off, so when we were working and testing in real environments, the priority was the bait itself, because we know that there's different mixes you can use, and we don't want that water would go into the hopper itself and wash your bait, ground baits. Yeah, so we took this trade-off, to make it like as close as possible. But now we run into, one of the aspects we didn't anticipate it at that time, So that's definitely will be improved in the future. And that's that's life, that's product development. You cannot oversee like all the small things before,
and that's the beauty of it and the challenge. You make one thing perfect, but this perfection, it may have some drawbacks in some other aspects. And as far as I know, there are custom manufacturers who 3D print boat hopper doors, and maybe they fix this issue. So this is something you may actually also
see. Actually, actually this is a result of strong community we have. We have different people working on it, solving problems. So that's also shows for us how important is this bait boat.
Yeah. Another question: will this live stream be recorded? Of course, you can watch it anytime you want. So it will be recorded. Also, we will post a message on Facebook groups detailing the features we're releasing. And yeah, okay, so let's see what other questions we have here.
Do we have many questions, Andrej? How is the community?
We have a lot of questions, a lot of things going on. And there's another question, I believe, for both of us. So deeper sonars in the app, they display this scan radius, basically the diameter of the bottom covered by each individual beam. And as far as I know, Quest doesn't have this feature yet.
Yeah, so this also was one of our development aspects on the early beginning. So we learned when we were researching, like doing our pre-development job, that we don't want to overcrowd with our app, our remote control. We want to minimize that. It would be intuitive, and like first-time users could understand how to use it, that there would be like many buttons on the remote control. So it sometimes it makes a distraction. But if we see, if it's community sees that it's needed, no problem to implement it.
I'm pretty sure that the community did saw the need for this, and I submitted this feature for the wish list. So let's hope we'll release it at some point in the future. Another interesting question I saw previously. route planner in Autopilot. The first part of this question, can you plan the route based on marks that you marked on the map previously?
Yeah, actually good question. So there's two ways and both works. So there's a standard route planner. You make temporary points on the map. Yeah, just clicking and you can remove it, but also you can use the points,
existing marks.
Ones. You just while planning a route, you just tap on the existing point and it will add to your route mission. Route mission. And you can add several as we call submissions. You can open one hopper at one point, another hopper at another point.
Yeah, and actually this submission thing, opening hoppers at particular point during the mission, etc. It's one of the free app features we released quite some time ago, and more features to come.
And for example, route planner, why it's useful. It's one thing is you can plan a route, but a route, I'm not sure how to pronounce it correctly, but nonetheless. So I personally use it, when there's my swim is quite tricky. So basically I use a route planner to safely move the boat back to the shore, because my lines is on this side, but I wanted that it would make like a different path, let's say, that my lines would stay safe. Yeah.
All right, and then there's another part to this question about route planner. Can you save routes, and when, if we can't?
So for now we have a route planner and area scan. So with the area scan, you scan the area, rectangular area to see what's happening beneath it. With the route planner, now it's temporary mission. So it's like for one time you plan it and it disappears. So we're thinking actually on that, but then again, it adds some complexity that we need to handle. So we are actually researching it, what's the best way to put it for the end user, not over complicating things. The workaround now, you can add spots dependent on the route you want, and you can always reuse those waypoints.
Exactly. So you can use existing points that's saved on the map to do the route planner, and you can add new points during the route planner interface. Oh, this one is very good. LED lights and LED light technology.
Okay.
Can we do custom LED lighting? Like, can you control the brightness of LED lights or the color of them? Does the technology allow this? And maybe there's a feature in the future that we might consider.
Yeah, so once again, I'm coming back to the roots, so this modular approach we took. So actually, Andrej, we have RGB LEDs in both in front and in the back. Now they're predefined that we could separate if it's the front of the boat and the back of the boat. Now via the stealth mode, you can turn off the boats and boat gets a bit slower to become stealthy at night. We're also thinking, to customization, because we see from the community they are making all kinds of stickers, trying to, make all kinds of designs. So with LEDs in the future, I'll definitely sure that we will have this part of the customizations, but not at this time and this release.
Yeah, so the LED technology in the Quest, it allows multiple colors. Adding this feature, like customizing the colors, the brightness, I think it's a big one from the development resource perspective, but it's a nice feature on the wish list.
Yeah, that's totally true.
See how it goes. All right, so another one, and I think I can answer this question. When will Deeper allow to share fishing coordinates between users of Fish Deeper app? Actually, you can do that right now. So if you save a spot on the map and you open the interface of that spot, at the bottom of the spot, you'll see coordinates. If you long press on those coordinates, you'll copy them and you can send it to your friend. But there is one thing that I think we need to add in the future. You cannot put in coordinates in the Fish Deeper app to save a spot. You need to select the spot manually. All right, so let's see what else we have here. And while I'm looking for additional comments, there's another one I remember that we received in support a lot, satellite maps. what are we doing with satellite maps? When can we expect satellite maps, etc.?
Yeah, so satellite maps is quite important for an angler because you can, from a satellite map, you can distinguish the environment around the lake to see, how to approach the lake. Is there, and actually you can see the shallow spots. So it's a truly important part. So to start with, so for now, you can have actually satellite maps on our web application. You can open on your laptop, just use it. But actually, it's a work in progress. It's not an easy one, as we spoke before. It's actually a big one, because we need to prepare a whole infrastructure for it. Because map change is a big thing, and it's not like isolated Quest. We have all kinds of products, extenders, deepers, and we have a USA market, European market, So we need to prepare accordingly that it work as we expect. So we're actually on it, and stay tuned.
Yeah, so certain infrastructure preparation is in progress right now. It will take some time for us. We know how important satellite maps are, how much value they will bring, and we will deliver. Right now, you can go to maps.fishdeeper.com and view your scans and depth maps on satellite view. All right, so another question, and this is quite a technical one that is related to certain limitations. Do you plan on making an interface on the app for multiple sonars used during a trip? I'd like to be able to use the sonar on a boat and use a different sonar to cast during the trip.
Okay, so you would need to elaborate with me on this one. So you want to use the Quest at the same time,
it's connecting to the sonar and the Quest at the same time and controlling them at the same time.
Yes, so now we're able to keep one connection at a time with one device. Actually, because basically it's main use case we have with Deeper Sonar, so it's with a Quest. But this question actually links to the future when we speak about the sonar module, the future, the light future, Yeah, so when the time comes, we will definitely need to make ability to have several sonar views on the app. Actually, it's quite a limitation on to have those screens on the phone, because the screen size is quite small. But as we observe, our users quite tend to use tablets to have a bigger screen, so I believe there won't be any problems. But yeah, actually, that's future feature what will come up with the sonar module.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that it's a big thing to develop, because there are certain technical limitations in how much data can Wi-Fi transmit, the processing power of the phone, visualizing two sonar screens at the same time, etc. So let's see what the future will bring.
Yeah, it's basically a trade-off, of data streaming and the range we can have with the Quest.
Exactly. All right, so I think we missed one question about hoppers, etc. So I'll rephrase the question. Sometimes hooks tend to damage the hopper material. The hopper, either the big ones, or or the back hopper, it's a bit too soft.
You mean plastic?
The plastic itself.
So the good point. So you see, I talking quite a lot about this module, I think, because it was one of the core priorities and core values of our Quest. So the good thing is that it's quite easy replaceable, the doors, the back hopper, and those also we think as a modular approach. And we heard many comments that the leader of card prick, it's gets stuck. So there's an opportunity for improvements here, and since it's not designed integrated fully into it, it's replaceable. We can work on that.
Yeah, and I think there are third-party manufacturers again.
Yeah, I saw.
Doing hopper doors from some different materials, so maybe they fix this problem. All right, so another one. And actually, this is not a question, it's a statement.
Please.
If I compare my friend with their bait boat, speaking about expensive one, they struggle with setup and loading, etc. Price-wise, this bait boat is awesome, let's say. I praised this boat deeper. So
Maybe I can use the opportunity, you know. So that's the result of whole of our team. That's why, you know, we did a really huge job while predefining, you know, all the aspects and those small parts, you know. You see that bait boats, there's many bait boats, you know, but you need to break down everything to small parts, and in every small part there's a small improvement you can make, you know. And when you combine everything and see it as a whole from the more holistic view, you know, then we receive comments like that, Andrej. That's why we work here, actually, you know.
And even during the development, we interviewed a lot of carp anglers, a lot of existing users who share their feedback about what they would expect from Quest, what they don't like about bait boats in general, what they struggle with, and all this feedback, it came into the development process and resulted in the Quest. All right, some other questions, and I think it's a question for me. Some areas of my lake have fallen away due to bank erosion, but it's not updated on the deeper maps. All right, so this question is about base maps, the map of the area and the lakes drawn on this map. We use a third-party provider to implement base maps in our app. And I mentioned before that we are working on certain infrastructure changes that would allow us to have satellite maps in the future. And considering the fact that we use a third-party map provider, the quality and the accuracy of these base maps, it depends on this provider. But the infrastructure work we're doing right now, satellite maps in the future, it's something that will address this particular point. If the antenna cable falls into the water, can the deeper Quest bait boat still return to shore? That's an interesting one. So I think I can answer this one. There are multiple scenarios where the Quest will go into an emergency mode and it will go back home. So the first one, if the batteries are too low for operation, Quest will go back to the home spot automatically. Another one, if the Quest loses connection with the remote, so if the antenna falls off, if you drop the remote in the water, I hope you won't do that. If the connection is lost completely, Quest will go to the home point. This emergency process happens within the Quest, and it's not really related to Wi-Fi connection. It uses autopilot, GPS, magnetometer to navigate back home. And another thing worth knowing, if you lose connection just for a bit between the Quest and the remote, the Quest will try to go back into the range of the connection and reestablish it.
Yeah.
Do you have any, feedback of testing these emergency features yourself? Because you tested the Quest a lot in lots of different scenarios. You went to Italy during very wavy and heavy waves conditions. So how do emergency features work? Are they reliable?
Yeah, so actually, I will start not only from emergency features. Actually, quite funny story, we're back here in Europe, Lithuania, we have quite different weather here, we have winters. And actually we started the Quest development, and actually the autopilot was a new thing for us, but we couldn't wait, we needed to work, and all the lakes were ice covered, so either we need to take a trip and it's quite, takes time. So we made a trade-off or a shortcut, let's say, the first Quest ever which had an autopilot actually had wheels. We actually made a robot, that we could run it, going to the point, trying to scan the area. Actually, it was a rover which was driving on the surface of the earth, So this was the first steps into autopilot development, And then when the spring came, waters got available for us. And we started early testing the autopilot itself. And those first tests were, actually the first time we went on the lake, we lost the connection in the middle of the lake. And for me, as a representative for our customers, we have the community of bait boat owners. Now I understood then that it's mega super important that people would feel safe while being on the shore. So that's why we implemented what you described, those all those different situations when the boat returns, either at the range or either to the home spot. So it was critical for us that people would feel safe, you know. So that was one of the core values for this quest.
Yeah, and I'm absolutely sure that there are so many quests being used right now, and in support, or at least myself personally, I never heard of a scenario where quest would be lost and autopilot emergency mode didn't turn on or something like that. So,
but you know, we're also not perfect. All the time something might happen. So, you know, but our experience, our feedback we get from the customers that actually we're quite confident in those safety features, you know?
Yeah, and Vytautas, can you remind the community, what do you do if something happens to your quest?
I stress a lot. I stress a lot. If I have a comment from you, when you come to me from the support, you know, I see from how you walk, you know, if it's like a huge problem or it's not, or it's a feature request, you know. So personally, it's very important for me, you know. I go on those Facebook groups, you know, I read the comments. I enjoy those good ones, you know, but definitely there's some of the part, you know, there's some good feedback. I see it especially for the ones when something goes not planned or wrong, you know. So we address those parts, and for me it's important to save it and transform it in the new features that it would improve the platform itself.
Yeah, and if anything goes wrong with your quest, drop us an email, support@deeper.eu. Any kind of question you have, any kind of concern, a glitch or something, just write us an email.
Yeah, and actually that's an important aspect, Andrej, you mentioned, you know. So receiving feedback and tracking the feedback is very important, because if we don't know, we cannot change anything, you know. So we need to know, and when we know, we can target a specific issue, you know, and address in the future releases.
Yeah, and those customers who approach us with issues and provide us with videos, with photos, with clear constructive explanation, they are also willing to test solutions that we propose. It's just a joy to work with these customers, and there's a lot of them who are so helpful in allowing us to find solutions.
Yeah, and Andrej, in the meantime of the question, I have one. You know, we have this recent story of the customer who helped us, you know, to particularly tackle one issue. You know, could you maybe elaborate more on that?
Oh yeah, so we had this GPS issue that happened in locations 500 meters above the sea level. The quest was struggling to locate GPS, and it was a pain for us. We tried to understand why this is happening, why people are reporting that quest is not locating GPS, and we had lots of customers, and one particular customer from Czech Republic who helped us a lot in testing and providing us with data that eventually allowed us to find the fix. And here in Lithuania, we're flat. We don't have any areas that 500 meters above, so we couldn't find this issue by testing ourselves. All right, so another question about boats and I think co-pilot and heavy waves. What happens if the boat flips and becomes upside down? I'll answer this question. So first of all, the quest is designed to handle heavy waves and extreme conditions, but still you have to apply common sense and always use quest with caution. If it will flip over, to be honest, I don't know. I never saw this happen. I never saw any customers report this, so maybe Vytautas, you have any idea what happens?
Yeah, so it's the same early days of testing, you know, when we were stress testing the boat, but actually never managed to flip over the boat. We actually was overloading the boat. You know, the main idea was to understand if there could be a possible water leakages. You know, we were overloading with like 3 kilos of putting some, you know, bricks into the boat. But what happened, basically, the boat starts to, you know, go like under the water. And when it starts, you know, motors just, it's physics. Motors goes out of the water and it stops, you know, and that's it. And actually, this trips we made while testing it, we actually went to really big lakes, open lakes.
Yeah,
there was
lots
windy
of
conditions,
waves, yeah.
and we didn't manage to experience flipping over,
All right, another question, and I like this one. Can you use the Quest for search or recovery efforts? And I'll answer this question. So when it comes to deeper sonars and now deeper Quest, we see lots of professionals like surveyors, first responders, hydrologists, universities use our products for professional surveys. And actually, fun thing about the Quest, there were a couple of Quests in Nepal doing bathymetric surveys.
Okay.
There were a team from the UK and Norway, and they were using Quest in Nepal to create bathymetry. And Quest, it has a sonar. The sonar can detect underwater bodies, so if a person drowns, you can see it on the sonar. The Quest has autopilot, and you can probably use that for recovery. I know that deeper sonars are used by certain teams for recovery missions. As for Quest, I'm aware of hydrology and ecology teams, universities, but in search and recovery, I don't know. Maybe some of you guys will be the first one to try it out for this purpose. And I think we are getting close to the end of our live stream. And the thing is that there are so many comments that it's a bit hard to go through all of them. So I'm really sorry if we were not able to answer some of the comments. If you still have important questions on your mind that you need an answer for, support@deeper.eu. It was very nice being here with you. And let me say it again. Right now we are releasing an app update with new features for all Deeper Quests worldwide. This app update is free. It has 3D maps, sonar marks, allowing you to mark the spot on the map just by clicking on the sonar screen. Home point edit. You can now hide the bolt path, the white line that was sometimes obstructing the bathymetry, and we improved the autopilot speed. And as for the future, Vytautas?
Yeah, so future is bright, guys, So also I would like to add to Andrej, so you can also drop a comment on YouTube link. Also, Andrej and his team will answer if there's not answer questions, And before fully wrapping up, guys, I just really would like to take this opportunity, and share my personal thoughts, how I think about this whole thing, about the Quest. And first of all, I believe, that actually fishing in general, it's not about like products, it's not about the rods or reels or the equipment you have, The fishing is a bit broader thing, It's about the experiences we get. It's not about the equipment, I believe. I believe it's like connecting with nature, connecting with nature. New friendships which got established, my personal, the guys from Netherlands, Jelmers, Poland, like, Karpiolog, UK guys, they're totally crazy guys, I believe the fishing is broader, as we mentioned, and the moments when you are on your swim, when it stops raining after like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it's like stillness of the water, it's
exactly.
like those moments you enjoy the most, and while reconnecting to the nature, So I believe that's one of the most important reasons why, Andrej, we are here at Deeper, connecting to the community, working in this market, and loving the nature.
Yeah, it's the cornerstone, the experience, the time you spent in the nature, and we try to help with the solutions we have, just for you to enjoy this time in a better manner.
And from all of our team, we just want to thank you guys, to wish you memorable moments on your swims, and of course, tight lines, guys.
Yeah, tight lines. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Andrej.
In this video, we will explore new free software updates for all Quest bait boats. Here at Deeper, we're working hard to continually develop our products for a top-tier fishing experience, based on real feedback from you, our customers. One of the most sought-after updates for the Quest has been the Realtime 3D mapping feature. Once you're at your chosen venue, set the quest to scan your preferred area, follow the path you've chosen, or navigate the boat manually. While the boat is in the water and scanning with its built-in chirp sonar, you can switch between 2D and 3D view at any time via an icon in the top left corner. The more you scan, the more structure you'll see, and the better you'll know where to send out the bait. Keep in mind that lakes with more underwater features and depth variation will result in more detailed 3D maps. Moreover, the more you scan over the same areas, the more detailed the map will become. As your quest is scanning the lakebed, you'll start detecting possible fishing spots in your sonar readings, like drop-offs, bottom hardness changes, or arches indicating fish. With the new update, press and hold on the relevant part of the sonar reading to create a place mark on the map. Your phone will vibrate briefly. A place mark will appear on the 2D map at the exact location where the reading was made. You can also do the same during the rewind of the scanning session, while the boat is already out of the water, or when you are at home reviewing the scan and preparing for the next trip. Once you've placed the mark, name it and add any other relevant details to remember it for later. It will remain visible to you only. Now load your quest with bait and the rig, and send it to the exact location marked via your sonar readings. Thanks to our precise GPS, you will hit the spot every time. To make things even more convenient, you can now turn off the white boat scan path on the 2D map. This can make it easier to clearly see your scanned areas and marked spots. When you place your quest in the water, the home point is automatically set to that location. That's where your boat returns after scanning. The home point is also where the quest returns if it has lost its connection or if the battery level is low. To make things more flexible, you can now edit the home point directly in the Fish Deeper app by clicking on the home point icon, so your boat can return to a more convenient spot, like where you're currently standing or an easier pickup location. Change the home point after the quest has finished its mission or when you are navigating it manually. Ready to test out the new features? Leave a comment under this video or contact us at support@deeper.eu and tell us what you'd like the next updates to be.